Good morning. So today is the day. I know y'all heard this before. I'm posting this Vandal Marketplace. We're doing this thing together today. I said I was going to post this like 3 nights ago. I didn't have time. Things have been nuts down there building my new home. By the end of those days, I've been like, no more. No more. But I got the new panel here from John, which is going to go on the wall and cover things up right here. Then all I could do is just a quick tidy, take some photos, and boom, this big girl is going up. I've had some interest from some people from the States. If you want to come here and take a look at it, yes, let's talk a deal, bring some cash, let's go. No problem. But when you're dealing with people across the border, it gets tricky, you know? So I'd rather just deal with somebody face to face. But anyway, we're posting this on Marketplace today at a higher price point than what I want for it, because I know people are going to lowball me anyway. So why not just price it a little bit higher than what I want? If I don't get any deals on that thing within the first couple of weeks, and I'm going to write that right in the ad, like in a couple of weeks time, if there's no movement on this, I am removing this ad and putting up a stripped down version of this van. So they'll only have a short amount of window to buy it with the bumpers, with some of the stuff on the roof rack. So if it doesn't move, I am going to take the bumpers off. We're taking some of the roof rack carrier pieces off, putting on the factory bumpers, and selling a cheaper stripped down version of the van. All right, cool. Let's go get some fizzood and start this day, y'all. Bam! Oh, it's rainy. We're going back to bed. Can't do that. All right, boy. Works. Cool. That'll work. That'll work. We are going to need this. Okay, I knocked that back a little bit. Let's see if this fits. Bada boom. Precision fit. So I posted the van very high, knowing that people were going to lowball me. Top of the description says, motivated to sell $38,000 Canadian, make me an offer. Serious lowball offers, bring it on. It's got to go. Note, this van will only be posted for a short amount of time, fully loaded. If I don't receive any interest within the first week or two, I will be removing this ad and disassembling the van, removing a majority of the higher priced items on it, including the bumpers, etc., and posting a cheaper stripped down version. And then I disclosed everything, the good parts and the bad parts with all the rust. And in the ad, I did put the pretty pictures and also the rest on the bottom. So some shots there on the side with that piece of material that came off. Remember, I got that rock liner on the outside. The splits, the rest on the inner fenders, rest on the opposite side fender, and the body mount. Like if I would have posted that thing for $30,000, someone would have offered me $20,000. If I would have posted it for $20,000, they'd offer me $10,000. So I posted it high and I'm open to offers. So it's on Marketplace. We'll see how it goes. If not, it's not a big deal. We're just going to strip it down. I'm going to take off everything that I want off of it. 100% keeping the bumpers, possibly taking the wheels off, and maybe removing the rear differential because that's got a super amount of value to it, then whatever van I take the rear differential off of, we'll put that van's rear diff underneath here and sell a stripped down version of this van and just let it go super cheap. To me, the value is in here and here. That's where my personal value is in. The van I'm ready to let go of. Some of the some of the parts, not so much, but the van itself, it is time to say goodbye to this trusty home of mine. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Because me and you are all about travel and adventure, that puts us on a lot of public Wi-Fi all the time. You don't want to be at an airport or sitting at a coffee shop flipping through social media and somebody hacks back in because you're on the same public network as them. Protect all of your devices with Surfshark, because what happens is when you log on to the internet through Surfshark, you can say that you're coming in from another country. So you may be here on Vancouver Island, but they think you're coming in from Bangladesh because that's what you selected that you're logging in from. So it hides your IP addresses. It cuts out any chance of anybody getting back to you and stealing all of your information. So how it works is when you log in with a VPN, it routes you through Surfshark, which then encrypts everything that you're doing on the internet and hides your IP address and sends everything encrypted out there so nobody can get back to you, because it all stops at Surfshark. And also you can spoof the internet. If you're ever flipping through Netflix and you're wondering what the Netflix in the USA holds, if you're in Canada, or if you're in the USA, want to know what the Canadian Netflix is, there is different movies available in different countries, and you can spoof that by using your Surfshark VPN, saying you're coming in from another country. Also, it stops those, hey, you can't watch this video here on YouTube, because it's happened to me. I'm flipping through, it says, sorry, this video is not available in your country. Well, it is now with Surfshark. Anyway, Surfshark is offering you guys 4 months free, and you can use one account on unlimited amount of devices. So y'all can protect kind of your whole family under one account. They're offering you 4 months free. Just use my links down below. Surfshark, thank you for sponsoring today's video. So when I left John's place yesterday, I've really been thinking a lot about an air conditioner in the Mercedes. And we've had a fair amount of people reach out in that last video giving me some suggestions and ideas for other air conditioners that are at a decent price point. So I was recommended the Nomadic Cooling X3, which is really pricey here in Canada. I know down in the USA right now, they're on sale for like $3,000 or $3,500. But that also converts to, like, if it was like $3,000, that's like $4,100 or $4,200 Canadian. Plus you got all your taxes to bring it up across the border at $4,000. That's probably gonna bring you to $5,000. And if there's a tariff on it, it's gonna bring you to $6,000. For sure. That's the huge amount of difference of bringing things up across the border. If there's any crazy things going on, you don't know what happens nowadays until it hits the border. So things could just breeze through and be cheap, or it comes through, like I had my situation with my shower, and you get hit with a mother load of choice words. So, but there's another one where someone suggested an Out Equip Pro, which is $1,000 or $800. I don't know if that was US or Canadian, but that's a super cheap AC unit. I don't know if it's any good. So if any of you guys have had the chance to try out the Equip Pro, also there's Velit, V-E-L-I-T or something like that. There's that one, which is super, super affordable as well too. And that one is a brand you hear more often than that Out Equip Pro. So I'm not the person, you guys know this by now, of going cheap on items, like cheaping out. Like, well, let's just get the cheap one just because it's cheaper. I'm more of one to go with something that's got a long-term, reputable name behind it, because then you got customer service, you've got warranty, you've got a lot of other support on the back side of that if it were to ever go down. Where you got Out Equip Pro or any of those smaller, cheaper ones, are they gonna back it if there's a problem? Is there parts available if there's a problem? Or is that unit just a toss-out unit at the end of the day? I also looked at some of my suppliers of Van Toys carry Dometic, which is cool because then I can throw Dometic on our Van Toy store, which is great. The reason why I was recommended the Nomadic Cooling one is because their customer support is supposed to be top notch. Their reputation as a company is supposed to be good, and that means a lot. When you're on the road and up somewhere and you need a part, to know that you can call customer service and somebody's gonna answer the damn phone is huge. So actually, let me dig up and show you guys the ones I was looking at. I'm seriously in the market to buy an AC unit if it's affordable. And it's in these moments here, I'm thankful to have you guys here to help me with these scenarios, because I've never had an air conditioner in my van, and I know there's tons of you out there that watch this that have AC units on the top of your Sprinters and your Transits, and can give me some real advice from people that actually own units, if they like them or not. So I've heard from some people that they mounted the AC in the front of the van, and it doesn't really cool the back of the van. And I've been like, well, doesn't an air conditioner cool a certain space? The whole space should just cool down. But I don't know if the vehicle air conditioners work different than an air conditioner like we would have in the shop, where it cools the entire space down. But they were saying it can be still hot in the back and cool in the front. So are these air conditioners actually dropping the temperature in the van, pulling the humidity out of the air, or are they just blowing cold air? You know, I keep hearing so many stories, and I don't know, because I know an air conditioner pulls moisture too, right? You gotta have a way to have that moisture drip out. And I've never seen a drip tube from the top of a AC unit on the top of a vehicle that removes the water. I don't know, I might be wrong. I'm not an expert in air conditioners, but okay, hold on. So there's this one here. I'll pull up the Amazon one just because it's here. The Dometic RTX 2000 air conditioner. This unit right there. It's a sleek looking unit. It's got a box down there in the bottom, so I don't know how far that protrudes into the vehicle itself. It's going to be, if that unit is, oh, that unit does look flush. I mean, it pops down a little bit. But this unit, this one's on Amazon here. I can get this from one of my suppliers too. But that is $3,200. That's a half the cost of the other one. But I don't know if the RTX 2000 is big enough for my 170 wheelbase Sprinter van. And this is a 12 volt AC unit. So in eco mode, this unit is 6,824 BTUs and has a running capacity of about 12 hours on a power battery, consuming only 19 amps in eco mode. Air conditioners. There's this brand here too as well. And they're at a way better price point. They look pretty slick. This one's only 24 and 48 volt. Mine's got to be 12 volt. So there's the 2000R. $1,800. Comes in 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt. It runs at 8,000 BTUs, so it's a little bit larger on the capacity than the Dometic. But the Dometic has a huge brand behind it. I'm also concerned about, it comes in black too. But my concern is the inside where the control panel comes down, like if it dips too far down into the home. So on Monday, John is cutting the holes in the ceiling of the Mercedes, and there's no going back at that point. Once we cut the skylight in there, that skylight lives above the bed forever because it is a big hole. There's no going back from that. So choosing the placement of these things is vital right now. So my original thought was skylight in the back, roof vent towards the front, and then maybe leaving room in the middle for the air conditioner. But if that air conditioner protrudes down from the ceiling too far, it gets in my headspace when I'm in the kitchen area, and I don't want that. Making the air conditioner better fitted for above the bed. Sure, it would suck to lose the ability to look at the sky above there, but it gets an AC unit in the van without taking away from headspace. Because I don't want to get to the middle of the kitchen and have to bend my head every time just because that thing is, sticks down too far. If it sticks down like this much, not a big deal. But we also don't know what we're doing for a ceiling on the van already. Well, actually, the ceiling could go around that roof vent anyway. So the roof vent could be sunk up into it. So yeah, as long as that inside plate is no more than like 3/4 of an inch protrude down from the ceiling, I think we're okay. But yeah, that's where my thoughts are right now. So there's this one here too, the Valit 12 volt air conditioner. It says that the Valit one is good for vehicles up to 20 feet, which is, mine's a bit bigger than that. I think mine's bigger than that. I think mine's 21 and a half, 22 feet. It's got an app to control it. So these pictures, sorry they're hard to see, the sun's out. It looks like someone removed a 14 by 14 skylight and replaced it with the air conditioning unit. And it doesn't look like it sticks down too far. And they placed this one in the middle of the van. So this decision right now doesn't affect that skylight and the roof vent going in, because those are going in on Monday at John's place. It just affects where they're going when they're installed. And then whenever this AC unit comes in, we can install that unit here at my shop. It's not a big deal. We can do that ourselves here. But it's just now choosing where we put it. If I can find one that fits in the kitchen, I think the kitchen would be the ideal place, and do it towards the back. So we have the skylight and the AC right beside each other, still leaving a gap on the roof of the van to put some solar panels with whatever room we have between the AC unit and the roof vent. It's not going to be a ton of space for solar, but I am going to put a little bit up there. But that's my thought now, is maybe we stick with John's with a skylight in the back. If the AC fits in front of it, bonus. We just need to choose an air conditioner and choose it now, because if I can get it in fast enough, John can get it in there too. So there's that one. That's an option. Like that inside unit looks pretty flush against the ceiling, which is exactly what I would want on the inside, something that doesn't protrude down very far. And this one's cheap. Look at the cost of that. $900. It's cheap. Free shipping in the USA. It's kind of a bittersweet moment to see my van up on Facebook Marketplace for sale. I've gotten some messages from you guys already on here this morning going, holy crap, Chrome, I seen this and my stomach dropped. I was like, no way. I haven't watched your channel in 6 months, and it's crazy to see this thing up for sale, that I inspired them to want to start van life, and finally they're starting to look for vans, and to see mine out there blew their mind, and it was out of their price point and stuff like that. But anyway, I've also had a couple of offers here this morning where someone just threw in and said, hey, Chrome, I'll give you $20,000 for it. So I sent back a couple counter offers, and we'll see where those things go. When I said in that ad that I'm eager to sell, I'm ready. I'm ready to see this thing go to another home and make room for that big, beautiful new home of ours, which might have an AC unit. Maybe if I can choose the right one and they're at that price point, I just might pull the trigger on it. So any advice that you guys might have of what's mounted inside of your van right now, and I know I've had some huge suggestions, and even have a friend of mine, the guy that painted my shop, actually, he put a mini split unit on the back of his and he loves it. I just don't know if I want that unit on the back of the van. And I know they make some undermount units, but they have fan blades on those undermount units, and they get mounted back here. Y'all imagine my Mercedes out there covered in mud somewhere, all that mud's chucked up into those fans. That is not going to go over very well. I think those units, those undermount units, are meant for, well, people that are just driving in the rain and the pavement, not someone like me that very well, maybe not on the first adventure in the Mercedes, but very well will cover that thing in mud sooner or later at some point. So anyway, guys, any helpful tips you guys have on the AC side, I'll appreciate them. I'll read every comment in this video, and maybe we'll make a choice. Maybe the next video is, whoa, don't drop the foam, Chrome. I broke my last one. Maybe the next video is me telling you guys about an AC. I don't know, a lot of you guys are saying, get one, Chrome, get one. Cruzy needs one. Me and Cruz have lived in this thing for 8 summers. This will be summer number, is this summer number 8, summer number 9? And we've been doing fine every summer. So having AC is a full-on luxury. It's not a necessity. I don't feel like it is anyway. But since we're going all in on that thing, shit, go broke or go home. It seems to be my motto when it comes to building this Sprinter. Except for the term is a little different in this state. It's go broke and go home. Anyway, crew, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you guys are new around here, and I'm excited when that Mercedes comes back. We're out. We're done. We're going to go and start our summer travels pretty quick after getting it. All right, y'all. Thanks for riding along here today, and happy Saturday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I might do a live stream. I'm thinking this weekend maybe a Saturday night, Sunday night live stream. Maybe.